Good morning, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines for this hour. Dozens of individuals under police custody for the past couple of weeks without court permit. Trend of unlawful detention continues due to long vacation in courts during Dasai. Villages turning empty due to increasing trend of migration to urban areas in search of greener pasture. Fertile farmlands turning barren. Lack of adequate food sources due to high food prices, blockades, unemployment and other issues causes subsequent famine in Yemen. And Liverpool, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund register wins at the Champions League. PSG and Napoli settle for a 2-all draw. The government cut down the holidays of Dasai to 5 days at public offices. Courts across the country, however, enjoyed the entire 15 days off as in previous occasions. During the same period, police kept dozens of individuals under custody for around 2 weeks without judicial permit. Legal experts have termed it as illegal custody. The police, on the other hand, have stated it as an obvious outcome owing to the long vacation of the judicial sector. There are 13 different police units within the Kathmandu Valley itself, with jurisdiction to file cases against suspected criminals. As per the existing law, any accused must be presented at court within 24 hours of arrest, excluding the time taken for transportation. The provision, however, was not followed during the Dasai holidays. Moreover, the courts have not even been informed how many people the police arrested and set free during the holiday period. The accused individuals, except for those related to heinous crimes, can be freed from custody upon the court's order under general date or bail. The hearing on habeas corpus continues also during the public holidays. However, the practice of keeping suspects in detention until the courts resume their operation continues because many people are still not aware of this provision and cases tend to go through different legal interpretations. Keeping anyone under custody for more than 24 hours without the court's permission is considered as a serious violation of human rights. The judicial sector and law enforcers in the country, however, seem indifferent towards this matter, as indicated by the unlawful detention of suspects during the Dasai holidays. The ripple effects of the Me Too movement, a movement against sexual harassment and sexual assault, which started from the US and reached India and other countries, has now arrived in Nepal. Journalist Subina Shrestha has come forward by stating that a former minister sexually misbehaved with her, while Meena Kaini has said that a political leader lured her by promising her a job in the media sector if she went out with him. Meanwhile, Rashmila Prajapati and Ujjwala Maharjan have accused current Minister of Province 3 and former Mayor of Kathmandu, Keshav Stapit, of sexually harassing them. The Me Too movement, which started from the US last year after some women raised their voice on social media against sexual abuse, has now reached more than 90 countries and 18 million women have gone public with their stories of being victims of sexual abuse. The public lives of popular politicians, writers, actors, artists, among others, have been affected by the movement, which has gone viral. Indian State Minister for External Affairs M.J. Akbar also resigned from his post recently after at least 20 women accused him of sexual harassment. There is no assurance that the harassers would be punished in Nepal, and as a result, the victims have to take the risk of being embarrassed while coming forward with their stories. The then CPN Maoist, which led the 10-year-long armed insurgency, took the government leadership 3 times. The country has gone through significant achievements since the official end of the conflict, such as the integration of the Maoist rebels, constitution promulgation, and state reconstructing. Consequently, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons were formed in a bid to provide justice to the war victims. Both the commissions, however, have failed to produce anything noteworthy at a time when the 2-year extension of their tenure is coming to an end. The sole objective of both the commissions is to deliver quick and efficient justice through special investigations into the cases related to the insurgency period. Around 63,000 complaints have so far been filed at the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The Commission, however, has been able to carry out mere preliminary investigations on just 2,900 cases. The Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons is undergoing comprehensive probe into 2,512 complaints out of the total 3,197 complaints. The commissions have continued to blame the lack of required laws and human resources, even at a time their tenure is coming to an end for the second time. It has been 14 years since the formal end of the bloody insurgency. During this time, the erstwhile rebel group, the Maoists, got the opportunity to rule the country on 3 different occasions. The party is currently at the helm with 2/3 majority following unification with the communist mainstream CPN-UML. However, the government's initiative towards providing the war victims the justice they deserve is ironically non-existent, which is in fact a sign of continued impunity and failure in justice delivery. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. The trend of migrating to urban areas from rural districts has increased in recent times. The people's tendency to leave their birthplace in search of greener pasture has gradually been declining the population in villages. In most cases, people from the hilly regions migrate to Tarai, seeking easier livelihood, which is attributed to sluggish pace of development and difficult daily lives in the hilly areas. In some cases, villages have been rendered almost empty due to migration. The trend has been witnessed in almost every remote hilly district. People have been compelled to leave behind their houses and farmlands unattended, as the transaction of real estate in villages has also drastically gone down. The lands at villages that used to be a significant source of different cash crops such as maize, potato, millet, and paddy have turned barren. Most of those who migrate to cities are the family members of the youths who vie for foreign employment. The trend has intensified mainly due to the lack of even basic facilities like education, health, drinking water, electricity, and roads in villages, even in this modern era. Other factors are lack of employment opportunities at the local level and frequent attacks by wild animals. The haphazard migration has not only hampered uniform socio-economic development of the nation, but has also been causing the extinction of many important traditional rituals and cultural aspects followed through generations. We have more news coming up, but right now it's time for another short break. Welcome back. Starting from the day of Phulpati of the Dasai festival, goddesses are worshipped, and a form of dance called Saraya is performed until the day of full moon at different shrines across the country. In this context, we had asked the locals in Palpa what they knew about the importance of Saraya dance. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
तरवार नचाउने, खुडा खेल्ने र वाखै वावा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो चाहिँ विजयको उत्सवहरुमा चाहिँ हो जस्तो हामीलाई लाग्छ।
देवी देवताको मन्दिरहरुमा यो शिव दशैंलाई विजय गर्नुको लागि सराय नाच गरिन्छ।
देवीको उ गरेर शक्ति दिएको हुनाले त्यसको उत्सव जस्तो मनाएको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई।
राक्षसहरुसित लडाई गर्दाखेरि देवीको भाकल गरेर देवीको प्रार्थना गरेर देवीले चाहिँ विजय गरिदिएको हुनाले उहाँ विजय मनाए जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ।
दशैंका दिन टीका गर्ने र रको यो फूलपातीहरु हामी यहाँ सराय नाच निकालेर बाजागाजाका सहित हामी यहाँ पर एउटा कुवा छ त्यहाँ लगेर हामीले विसर्जन गर्ने चलन छ यहाँ।
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. What's your take on the government's failure to appoint teachers at 3,000 community schools? Your options are A, government's indifference, and B, locals' lack of access to the government. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A or B and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now, before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Dozens of individuals under police custody for the past couple of weeks without court permit. Trend of unlawful detention continues due to long vacation in courts during Dasai festival. Villages turning empty due to increasing trend of migration to urban areas in search of greener pasture. Fertile farmlands turning barren. Lack of adequate food sources due to high food prices, blockades, unemployment and other issues causes subsequent famine in Yemen. And Liverpool, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund register wins at the Champions League. PSG and Napoli settle for a 2-2 draw. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.